The trusty Dunlop D606 knobby. For years, it was the popular choice if you wanted a road-legal knobby that was okay for road riding as well, with reasonable longevity. The problem with aggressive knobbies is very rapid wear, especially for road riding. And of course the side knobs can flex during hard cornering, which can lead to soiling your pants. The D606 was especially good if you had a 17-inch rear wheel, because there was so little available in that size for serious off-road tyres. But in recent years, the range of dual sport and adventure tyres has expanded, and we have so many choices, even for the 17-inch rear wheel. Is the D606 still a good choice for some riders? We think so, at least the rear tyre. Dunlop claims the D606 is for 10% road riding and 90% off-road riding. We would put the balance more at 20-80. We always found the D606 worked quite well on road surfaces. As usual, we've read dozens of owner reports about the D606, and we found some riders claim the front tyre has very poor grip for road riding. But we never encountered that. Wet roads? No problems, but then we never push hard on wet roads. Road noise is what you would expect. Pretty loud. High tyre pressures reduce the noise slightly, but you will want earplugs on the highway. Off-road performance. Good traction, especially if you drop the air pressures to suit. A lot of riders complain about the front D606 being sketchy in the dirt. Many riders think the ideal combination is the Pirelli MT21 front paired with the Dunlop D606 rear. I experimented with this and did find the MT21 was slightly better, but not the drastic difference claimed by some. It may be due to the uneven wear that often occurs with the D606 front. Unfortunately, road riding is not kind to knobbies and usually leads to this type of uneven wear, sometimes called cupping. Some riders claim the Pirelli MT21 is less likely to do this. Others say there is still some cupping. I did use the MT21 once and I did have less uneven wear, but I also used a much higher tyre pressure, 30 psi, to try and minimise it. Soft sand and mud, of course, the D606 works a lot better than 50/50 tyres, but you have to accept faster wear and less road manners. Longevity? This depends on so many factors. Do you ride aggressively? Is it a light or heavy bike? A lot of road riding? Years ago, we rode pretty fast and the rear D606 would only last 2,000 kilometres or 1,200 miles. I am way more chilled now, so would probably get 50% more mileage. Some riders report up to 7,000 Ks or 4,400 miles, but most of us wonder how. It must be 250s ridden very gently and never at highway speeds. Longevity of the front D606. Usually you can expect to use one front tyre to every 2 rear tyres, but due to this uneven wear problem, you may find the front D606 only lasts about 50% longer than the rear. The only way to get more life is avoid bitumen as much as possible and use high air pressures when road riding. Similar budget tyres to the D606. We already mentioned the Pirelli MT21. In the USA, there is the Tusk D Sport, which is extremely similar to the D606 in all respects, but almost half the price. You lucky bastards. All the reviews indicate it's on par with the Dunlop knobbies, so it appears to be a bargain. If anybody had trouble with the D Sports, let us know in the comments. I started this review by asking if the D606 was still a good choice for riders. If you have limited cash and want good off-road performance, definitely. Although I suggest pairing it with the Pirelli MT21 if it doesn't cost more. However, there are tyres with better long-term value because those Dunlops simply don't last that long. For example, my most recent tyres on the DR650, Motors rails, lasted about 3 times longer than the Dunlop, but cost only about 15% more. Our other DR650 is running the Shinko E804 E805 combination, which we haven't worn out yet, but we think it's going to last about 4 times longer. Now admittedly there's a slightly less aggressive tyres, but the point is slightly more expensive tyres can last a lot longer. It's definitely worth doing your research. We would suggest looking at the Mitas E09, Motoz Tractionator Desert, Continental TKC80, Metzeler Karoo, and Kenda Trackmaster 2 for starters, and of course the Tusk D Sport in North America. Do you have other suggestions for road legal knobbies to suit dual sport and adventure bikes? Let us know in the comments about very dirt oriented rubber you like.